Hello there everyone and welcome back to another Zeffo mock update video. And in this video I work on some of the last remaining structures in the village area of the mock, as well as some more smaller details throughout that part of the mock with some of the terrain and things like that. Overall, it's a very exciting episode, so without any further ado, let's get started. And right off the bat, not going to waste any time here. I have been working in between episodes here on this new building. This is one of the larger buildings. I may or may not have talked about it in the previous episode, but I kind of went ahead and got to work on it before I recorded a segment. In the last update video, you saw me complete that building. This is the next building that goes on right next beside it. I went with a similar design to the ones that I did in the back over there. I did a couple variations and a couple new details on here, but here's the front of the building that I'm working on so far. Maybe I'll be able to put a reference on screen for the screenshot I was looking at, but there was one in particular that there was kind of these windows and kind of had some sort of light coming out of them or something, so I did have a little bit of an indent with a 1x4 piece on the side right there, and it goes around over here to kind of replicate some sort of window or kind of crack inside of the building itself. So here's the front side of the building, and I've got some slopes up top there as well, and that angles back with some more greebling stuff. And the really cool part, and probably my favorite thing that I'm most excited for this part of the building, here is the side. Again, nothing too fancy, just some more greebling and different things. But the thing I'm most excited for on this side of the building is this angle right here. So I wanted to have a couple of like street angles for some like combat for the minifigures and kind of have a close quarters urban combat feel to it. So with these two houses right next to each other, it kind of gives this cool alleyway vibe or street kind of vibe, and I'll probably add some crates and other things like that to really make this feel like some close quarters kind of alleyway combat, and I think that'll be really cool. So here's that angle right here. And then the other side, nothing too crazy, very similar to some of the other sides. I have been messing around with a little bit of kind of these interesting pipes and greebling and stuff. I don't know if I'll have enough pieces to do as much detail as I'd like, but I started to do a little bit kind of details and piping and stuff, just so it wasn't a flat building. I wanted to add some kind of interesting detail that would stick out, as well as some headlight bricks there to give it a little bit of texture. But here's the building so far. Next thing I got to do is kind of roof it out, and I'll do a similar design that I've done over there, where there's kind of a second layer of a smaller wall where people can take cover behind and shoot down. So that is the plan. And you'll notice a little gap back there. That is because I want to add a structure kind of like this bottom part right here with the dark gray. I kind of want to do another one of those right there so it sticks out a little bit, so we have another kind of street way right here, and more stuff for the infantry to take cover behind. So here's what I've got for the building so far. Gonna continue to work and update you guys once I have some more progress. Alright, so I got a lot more done here on this building, pretty much finished it up, and I didn't really do too many updates because I need to really hurry and get this finished. Brickworld is now a couple days away, and I still have to finish the rest of this video and start on the finale, so we are really coming down to the wire here, but that's okay, I don't mind. That's how every Brickworld is. So here we go. Here's what I've got for the rest of this building. You kind of saw the main structure that I did so far in the previous clips. The next thing that I did here was add a little bit of a roof, and what I did here was do a bunch of slopes around the outside, these larger, I think 2x3 or something like that slopes, because when I was looking at the screenshots from the game, the roofs kind of seemed to have a very high, like, not really railing, but like the earth and the rest of the building was kind of built up a little ways before there actually was a flat roof. So I thought that'd be kind of cool to replicate, so that's what I've got here with these slopes right here. And then on top, I just did a studs on top technique for the actual floor of the roof, using some medium nougat, I believe, again, just to keep a pattern similar to the doors, and so it wouldn't be so flat and plain. I thought that would look pretty good. So there is the top of the design for the roof, and what I've got for the final building, or the final large building itself. The other thing you'll notice back there is I did add an extension to the building. I wanted to have one more kind of thing stick out from this building, so we could have kind of a street, close quarters, chaotic alleyway back there. So here's what I've got for that design of the wall. I used a lot more medium nougat on there, as well as some interesting archway pieces there to kind of give an interesting window that kind of sticks out from the actual building itself. And here's the other side, nothing too special over here, just because you won't really see that side, so I didn't spend too much time or waste a lot of my medium nougat colors because I don't have a ton of those. But here's the kind of street view right here. I really wanted to have that close quarters kind of feel to the streets, and I think that'll look pretty cool. Those of you that are familiar with the game, there's a lot of these around the map, these kind of pipes that you can either walk across as Cal or walk underneath as Cal, kind of holding on underneath and sway and go across from house to house. So I thought that'd be a cool detail to add. If I have time, I'd like to add the broken down kind of railing pieces and everything that are kind of around some of these pipes. So that's my goal if I have time to do that. But I thought that'd be a cool little Jedi Fallen Order Easter egg to put in there. All right, so next thing I'm going to do for this episode here is the full kind of village area so far. We have a total of 4 buildings here, with those 2 kind of being connected, but I still count them as separate because they're kind of 2 separate designs. And then our 2 most recent buildings over here. The next thing that I want to do is, obviously there's a ton of terrain work to do, but I'm kind of going to save that for the finale or at the convention because that's something I can easily do at the convention. There's a couple other things that I cannot do at the convention, so I need to get that done right now. First thing is we have a big empty spot right here. I want to add 1 more building right here, and I kind of want to add it and have it be a little battle damaged. I don't really have too many battle damaged elements going around in this village area. I've kind of gone for more of the weathered down look, but it'd be really cool to have a building right here that's kind of been maybe mostly destroyed or just a lot of rubble. I think that'd be kind of a cool change of pace from the rest of these full structured buildings. So I have 1 more building to do right here that kind of is falling apart, and that'll kind of be it for the buildings. I would love to add more stuff back there and like a tower or something. There's a really cool tower on Zeffo that I'd really love to add. I don't think I'm going to have the time, which really sucks, and I'm frustrated with myself, but I just haven't had as much time to work on it this year. But 1 more building to go, and then I think that'll be it for the village kind of structures and the buildings and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and work on that and update you guys once I have some more progress. And here is what I've got so far for the last building here in the village area. I decided to go with a medium nougat color just because all these other ones I'd been using primarily olive green, and I'd done a little bit of olive or medium nougat on the doors and everything like that, and I thought it'd be a good color to kind of indicate like a rust feel to the building. So here's the first layer. This one's going to be significantly smaller than these other buildings because I've made a couple tall ones. This one will be smaller. You can see I've got a window there on the side, and then over here I did a little bit of battle damage right down in there. So, and then some more kind of a little small gap right there where there was also some battle damage, so perhaps some stormtroopers are diving into the building or something like that. And then if we go over to this side, I did a little bit more battle damage here on the side. Just wanted to add a little bit of wear and tear to this one, make it feel a little bit more rustic. So yeah. And then I also continued the path, so now it goes all the way down through here to the entrance right here. So what I'm going to do for the remainder of this episode is I'm going to finish the roof and then add some more elements on top, kind of like I did with that back building, and then work on some terrain, and then we'll see where we're at. And here we go. I completed the roof, doing a similar design to the other buildings, and I also actually added in a couple more layers and bricks worth on top of what I had for the walls. And I went with that kind of mini window design, I guess, with the brick with kind of the slot in the middle, the same thing that I did on that side. I decided to do that over here as well. I thought that would work pretty well. And the top, again, just some kind of weathered debris, nothing too crazy, and I still might need to add some floor design if I have time. I just don't know if I'm going to have time to do that. But I also did some of the terrain around here using dark brown and olive green, and having some olive green plants as well. I thought that would be really cool to have. I wanted to use that and use some vegetation throughout the village area. So that's what I've got here, and I think it looks pretty cool. And then the window and everything. So decent looking building. I'm pretty happy with it. Definitely the smallest out of all of them, but I think that is okay. And here's what it looks like compared to this other building that I got done for the episode. So there's your comparison between the two of them. And then one of my favorite parts is now we have another alleyway for some interesting minifigure setups. So now throughout the whole build here, there are multiple different alleys. We have the one going there, one going here and then one across the back like that. So lots of cool areas for minifigure placements and stuff like that. So pretty decent progress on this episode. Got these 2 buildings done here in the front, and the village is now complete. I wish I would have been able to do one more, but I think this is okay. Brickworld is now 2 days away, and I'm recording this along with multiple, I think one other episode that I'm doing with the base, so I kind of have to hide it right now not to show you guys because I have some progress on that. So recording lots of different videos at once and getting ready to pack, doing all sorts of crazy stuff. So that's going to be it for this episode, and the next episode expect me to finish up most of the base. I have to put on a roof, and it's becoming quite challenging. So lots of exciting stuff after this episode. I'm going to guess one more episode and then the finale, and yeah, should be pretty exciting. So hope you guys enjoyed the progress for today's episode, and the village area is looking pretty cool. Lots of progress now. Everything's pretty much filled up, and lots of terrain work to do. So that's about it, and let's go ahead and move on to the outro. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you did enjoy. Had a lot of fun working on these last remaining few structures in the village area. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the progress so far, and I've still got quite a lot of work left to do here before the MOC is finished, so stay tuned for the last couple episodes here. And as always, leave your feedback in the comment section below. Hope you guys have a great day, and may the Force be with you always.